Most people don't plan to live an average life. They just slowly drift into it. Not because they lack intelligence, not because they lack dreams, but because comfort is seductive. Average doesn't look dangerous at first. It looks safe. It looks normal. And that's exactly why it traps millions of people every single day. Ethan Miller was just like everyone else. 28 years old. A stable job. A small apartment. A predictable routine. From the outside, his life looked perfectly fine. But deep inside, something felt wrong. Like he was living a life someone else designed. Every day looked the same. Wake up, commute, work 8 hours, scroll through other people's success online, go home exhausted, repeat. Weeks became months, months became years, and the dream he once had slowly faded into the background. Most people convince themselves this is normal. They say things like, everyone hates their job. This is just how life works. I'll chase my dreams later. But later rarely comes, because average thinking spreads like a virus. That night changed everything. Ethan realized something shocking. Some of the people who used to struggle the most in school were now living extraordinary lives, and some of the smartest students were stuck exactly where they started. That's when the question hit him. What separates the average from the exceptional? The difference wasn't talent. It wasn't luck. It wasn't even intelligence. The difference was courage. Courage to take risks. Courage to fail publicly. Courage to pursue something uncertain. Most people never develop that courage. One of the biggest reasons people stay average is fear. Fear of looking foolish. Fear of criticism. Fear of failure. But the truth is this. Every successful person you admire was once a beginner who looked ridiculous. Comfort zones are invisible prisons. They don't have bars, but they hold people captive for decades because the human brain prefers familiar pain over unfamiliar growth. That night, Ethan made a decision. Not a loud, dramatic decision, just a quiet promise to himself. He refused to live the same year. Over and over again, the path out of average doesn't begin with huge leaps. It begins with small, consistent actions. One extra hour of learning, one uncomfortable conversation, one step forward while everyone else stands still. The moment you start growing, people get uncomfortable, not because they hate you, but because your discipline highlights their excuses. Growth rarely feels exciting. Most days feel slow. Most days feel invisible. But success is built quietly, in hours nobody applauds. There will always be moments when doubt returns, moments when quitting feels easier, moments when average life calls you back. This is where most people give up. The difference between average and exceptional is not motivation. It's commitment. Commitment to keep moving forward, even when inspiration disappears. Then one day, something small happens. A breakthrough. A tiny win. Proof that progress exists. Success builds momentum. Confidence replaces fear. And slowly, the life that once seemed impossible becomes reality. Years later, Ethan looked back at his old routine. Same building, same commute, same average life waiting for someone else to accept it. He realized something powerful. Most people aren't trapped by circumstances. They are trapped by decisions they repeat every day. The truth is simple. Average is not a destiny. It's a choice made through small habits, repeated daily. Voiceover. If you want an extraordinary life, you must be willing to do what average people refuse to do. Take risks. Work when it's inconvenient. Stay disciplined when motivation fades. Because the distance between average and extraordinary is simply the courage to begin.